How the royal family's treatment of Meghan and Harry has damaged Britain's global reputation. Oh yes, it's so damaged. Nobody is interested in the British family. Nobody cares about them. I mean, when you see them do anything, it's not trending. They don't get a lot of views. Nobody cares about them. They might go to Wimbledon and get a few claps because, they're in UK. But it's not a big deal. Nobody really cares about them. As Wendy Williams will say, nobody cares. Let's move on. And that is how we all feel. So once upon a time, Britain was known for its quiet dignity, for its stiff upper lip, for its decency. We pride ourselves on fairness, on being polite, even when tensions are high. We told ourselves we were a nation of tolerance, reason, and grace. But the world is watching, and over the past few years, a different story has emerged. One of cruelty, one of pettiness, one of obsession. At the center of it, Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the couple who dared to live differently, and in doing so became the scapegoat of a system desperate to preserve itself at all costs. Their so-called crime, falling in love. Meghan entered the royal family as a biracial American woman with a successful career, a strong voice, and a global fan base. Instead of being celebrated, she was vilified. What started with whispers about protocol quickly escalated to global headlines comparing her to Kate in the most manipulative ways. Too loud, too confident, too different. Suddenly, the British press seemed more interested in policing Meghan's avocado toast than investigating the scandal festering within the royal household. And instead of defending her, instead of using their power to show solidarity, the royal family stood by, or worse, fed the flames. Leaks upon leaks, unnamed palace sources, photos and quotes that just happened to land in the tabloids at the most convenient times. The message was clear. Harry and Meghan were not protected. They were being punished. Let's not pretend this all just happened. This wasn't some organic fallout or natural conflict. There were strategic briefings, passive-aggressive palace statements, and worst of all, silence. Silence when Meghan was pregnant and wanting to unalive herself. Silence when racist headlines went global. Silence when her character was being torn apart. What does it say about an institution that claims to stand for unity and service, yet allows one of its own to be publicly destroyed without intervention? What does it say that Prince William reportedly had no problem denying Harry's request for protection, but was reportedly leaking private meetings to friendly outlets? The treatment of Harry and Meghan revealed what many suspected but hoped wasn't true: that the royal family isn't just a relic of the past. It is a machine designed to preserve the past, even at the expense of progress. And now the consequences are here. The UK used to be admired for its traditions, its diplomacy, its perceived sense of fairness. But now Britain is mocked in late-night monologues, dissected in think pieces, and scrutinized by human rights experts. The Oprah interview wasn't just a pop culture moment. It was a turning point, a global reckoning. Millions of viewers across continents saw a pregnant black woman say she was not protected. They saw a son of Diana described being financially cut off and denied security. And they saw two people finally speak freely only because they had to flee. It was chilling, and it changed how the world sees the monarchy and, by extension, Britain itself. What's the real cause of this mess? It's not just broken relationships or strained family ties. It's Britain's global image. We are no longer seen as a land of quiet strength. We're seen as a land of cruel tabloids, entrenched privilege, and backroom politics. The firm's obsession with control has exposed it as deeply out of step with the times. Its refusal to defend Meghan and Harry has painted the monarchy as cold, calculating, and even vindictive. This isn't just a PR nightmare. It's a national stain, and it didn't have to be this way. The royal family had a chance to model evolution, to show the world that it could adapt, grow, and include. Instead, it chose perseverance over people, protocol over compassion, PR over truth. Some will say, why should we care about two privileged people with titles? But this story isn't just about Harry and Meghan. It's about what we accept, what we reward, and what we become complicit in. When a biracial woman is torn down for existing in a space she earned, when a son is shamed for defending his wife, when a family punishes truth-telling more than it punishes harm, that's not just a royal issue, it's a human one. And if we cheer that on or ignore it, we become part of the problem. This is about the society we want, one that rewards compassion or one that crushes it. Harry and Meghan walked away, not out of entitlement, but out of necessity. They asked for help and were met with silence. They tried to conform, but conformity nearly cost them everything. They survived and they are thriving. But Britain, we're still reeling from the mirror they held up to us. It's time to ask ourselves, is this who we want to be? A country that mocks drama, punishes differences, and chooses press approval over people? Or can we be better? Because the truth is, the damage to Britain's reputation won't be undone with a photo op or a stage reconciliation. It will only be healed by truth, accountability, and a collective reckoning. It's not too late, guys, but the clock is ticking. So ask yourself the question, the cruelty that we have been seeing in the press, the just total disregard for family and for love and where this family needs to be, this hyping on, this piling on. Is this where we want to be? Is this where the UK want to be? Because it has become a laughing stock of the world. Now, people use it all over. People don't care about the UK anymore. People are talking about their pettiness, their vindictiveness, their just rudeness, right? So they think they're hurting Harry and Meghan, but they're definitely not. They're hurting themselves because they look petty. Charles, who should be the head of the church, what example are you setting? Because at the end of the day, you don't look like a caring father, a caring grandfather, or a man who is basically so ill as they're talking about that you might be on your way out. You don't seem to look that way. So you need to ask yourself that question. Is this how you want to be perceived? Is this how you want your legacy to be? What is going to overshadow that legacy? But as we say, the clock is ticking. So be very careful. That time is running out. So guys, That's what I wanted to bring you. Britain has become not so great on the global stage. The treatment of Harry and Meghan has damaged the British global reputation. So that's what I wanted to bring you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.